And let's talk a little bit about the current updated treasure priority for all of the new waifus that just got one. Pretty basic categories and pretty broad. Obviously, we could be making like more divisions in between, but no need. We're gonna talk about must get treasures, the ones that are the best ones. You guys can actually build no problem, regardless of content. PvE, I don't do PvP. Solid treasures, mostly raids, still pretty good ones, right? Copium, almost no reason to build them, and then the milk treasure, okay? And then the dog shit category itself, which is treasures not worth even touching. Like, there is not a single reason to be building them for PvE. Once again, if you guys are doing PvP, obviously, there might be some differences. For example, Poly and Bay, they are both PvP treasures. They are not useful for PvE at all. It's not like even an improvement. They have no usage when it comes to PvE. So those two, for PvE, no reason to be building them. I'm gonna be going in order that we get them here, and we'll talk about them one by one. Poly and Bay, once again, no need to be building them. They are both characters that, for the most part, their treasures were just not good. Bay has a fantastic background, so we could just put her on Copium to justify building for the background. But if you grab a waifu, get whatever you want, okay? It doesn't matter. When it comes to privacy, I updated the tier list earlier, and I will be posting the video before this one we're currently recording goes live. But for those of you who have not seen it, okay? New contender. Well, new contender. She's already on T0. New T0 waifu. She is similar to Helm on the sense that they did a really, really good job when it comes to her buff and all the numbers she's providing. She has the best buffs in the game for B3s and even outside B3s, like offensive buffs. She's giving you attack damage, and the damage taken. And her own damage is really good. And on water content, thanks to her burst with like a 130 or whatever it is, advanced increased elemental damage, is stupid, right? Like, it's a retarded treasure. I don't know what Shift Up has with water characters and making them this strong, but we will not complain, alright? Now, the only treasure I haven't even tested, even checked, is Senti. I'm gonna pre-order her rating. Maybe when I test, it's different. But so far, you guys can completely ignore it, okay? We'll see tomorrow. But for now, we will put it there. When it comes to Diesel, it's almost a dog shit category in the sense that you don't need to build her at all. It's an improvement over the base treasure, but it's Copium. I'm gonna be 100% honest. Like, these two tiers, Copium and dog shit, can be interchange one another, and it's the same thing. Like, it's treasures that unless you like those characters, you are not building. Some of them did used to have usage in the earlier days, like for example the Extra treasure. It was a really good treasure for electric content, but at the moment there is no reason to use it, even on raids. If you build her previously, you can still use her for raids, but for most people it's not worth the investment for the cost, considering the other treasures we have right now and how good they are. And then we have Tove. Some people might disagree. I'm not going to be putting her on must get, because she's only must get if you care about raids. If you are not someone who is doing union raid, who is not doing solo raids, she loses a lot of her value. She can still be used for normal content, but for the most part, it's a raid character. Right? It's a fantastic treasure, you can get it, but it's mostly for raids. Same thing applies for Viper. I don't like it. I'm not a Viper fan, but she's being used on every water raid since the treasure came out. It's not a 100% usage. I am more tempted personally to say she's more Copium than Solid, because comparing her with Tove and with the other characters we'll put here is a little bit XD. In my opinion, it's not as worth, but if you care about raids, okay, you care about raids, you can get her. It's a nice treasure to get, but less priority. When it comes to Drake, same thing, way better than Viper, so we will actually just put her in front. Drake and Tove are really good treasures. Drake is almost a treasure that could be too universal. The problem is that she's buffing, for the most part, shotguns, so she's going to always be a little bit more limited towards that. Both her and Tove are still really good units. Same thing applies for Sui. Tomorrow you will guys get the video after I finish testing and I keep stealing Prison's account. This is a really good buffer that works with a certain pink hair sniper. Okay? A certain annoying pink hair sniper. Then we're gonna talk about Frima and the true damage. It's Copium, nothing else. Maybe next week, whenever we get the new buffer, we could be talking a little bit about seeing if it's an improvement, and if both Hair and Diesel and all of the characters that have true damage become better, but at the moment, zero reasons to build her. And again, like I said earlier, all of the characters in Copium will be going into dogshit, okay? Like, it's the same thing. It's just my priority as to what I consider at least like a minimum improvement, and then shift up completely, dropping the ball and making really bad ones, which is these 3 so far. Then we have Helm. Obviously, Helm will go into must get, okay? When it comes to priority, I personally prefer Helm over Privacy, because the burst generation and the heals. As a buffer, Privacy is better, but the utility and everything Helm provides is kind of unmatched. Good personal damage, good burst generation for the team. You're getting the heals that will take you from 10% to 100% on everyone in 2 seconds, right? Like, fantastic character. I think she is the highest priority when it comes to treasures. Then we have Julia. Her damage, it's similar to Kay, to Lapras with her treasure. It's not awful, but it's Copium. Like, by today's standards, like, you are not really gonna be using her. You can build her treasure, you can build her with crit, actually, and she's gonna be doing decent damage, but it's decent damage for a team 4-5 on raids. And for the cost it has to be a team 4-5, 5 more than 4, is like not really worth it. Same thing, sadly, applies for everyone's favorite hero. To be fair, these 2 are better than the others, right? Everyone's favorite hero. Maybe next week, once again, when we get the new buffer, there is a few more reasons to be using her, but at the moment, it's not recommended to build her. Okay? It's not that good. She is not the character that is going to be changing anything. All of them are more Copium than anything. Then we can go into Miranda Treasure, right? So Miranda, it's one of those characters that is a fantastic buffer, but outside of raids, you don't see her as much. Now, Miranda still can be used in tower, can have way more usage than something like Toph. Because even outside of the one-shot teams, which is her main usage with the Snow White and everything else, right? You can still use her. She's fine. But I will say she's for raids more than anything. I think both her and Toph have higher priority than Drake. I'm not sure what I want to put Sui on priority, so I'm keeping her there as a reference, nothing else. When it comes to Copium, these characters are the ones that are better. No priority on dogshit because it doesn't matter. And then we can talk about Moron and leave Milk for last. So Moron, everyone's favorite damn waifu. It's once again another mascot treasure. It's way better than these ones in here in the raid category because of the CDR. Anything with 7.48 seconds CDR, automatically it's a good unit. Even if the rest of the kit is fucking useless, like this. Okay? But Moran is not only providing the CDR, she's also providing good boosts for the team, and she's also allowing you to cheese a lot of content thanks to the damage reduction she has. Like, a lot of content, even in hard mode. Even in hard mode, you can still use her to push campaign, no issue. Some people are saying she can compete with Siren. I'm gonna be 100% honest. Until the day we get another CDR with Focus Fire, nothing competes with Siren. Like, Siren, most broken thing is the Focus Fire, it's nothing else. Until we get another one with Focus Fire, nothing competes with her. But still, I can see the argument made as how good of a B1 Moran is, right? Almost a T0 character. But I will say it's still a little bit worse than Siren for sure. And then lastly, on its own category, even below dogshit, Kim, fuck you for making this trash. And we can make it look. Milk. By far the worst treasure ever made. This is absolutely disgusting. She has worse CDR than Sakura. How can you make a treasure that has worse CDR than Sakura? It's crazy. No utility. Oh, no, but she's a good healer, Sefhi. Suck my dick. Who cares about the healer? Who wants a pure healer in your team? Absolutely nobody. Exactly. Absolute trash. Never build her. Good background though, but it's still disgusting what they did with her kid. That said though, I think that's my priority at the moment when it comes to what treasures to build. Right? You guys can take a picture right there. Those 3 on the top are by far the best ones they have made. Like, the best ones they've made. Everything in raids is good and you can build as well. The one that I personally just don't like, because I don't care too much about Viper, so I'm absolutely biased here, right? It's Viper. I will say she's still a great character. Why is... Okay, to be fair, my code is a little bit of a no comments. So I will say Viper is a little bit more Copium, but because I don't like her, right? That is just me. But she can be used in raids and has been used on all of the water raids since she came out. So that's the TLDR, or the Japping session for the treasure priority currently, with the new ones included. And that's everything for this video. You guys can leave a comment later on the video, and if you guys have any questions right now here live, feel free to leave them down and we can chat a little bit more about them.